Alright, hello. So it is June 3rd, 2021, and I have for you a book haul today. So, Stephen and I are moving probably next week, and so I just wanted to do a quick little book haul and unhaul. I should have also a Stephen King unboxing in the next, probably tomorrow, because I do have a box of paperbacks coming. I know I said I'm not going to buy any books, but I technically bid on those on eBay before school ended, so it's fine. But I've got a couple books to unhaul. These unhaul books are just going to the thrift store because I don't want to drag them around when we move, so just take them to the thrift store. A very small stack of books to haul for me, especially. But let's start with the unhaul. First up, I've got The Asterix War: One Encounter with the Fiery Princess by Yu Miyazaki with illustration by Okiura. This is a Japanese light novel. It was not very good. Bit of a shame that this is going to the thrift store because I do know of a junior who would really enjoy this one. But yeah, I read it. It was fine. Don't need to keep it. I've also got Strange Women of the Occult by Warren Smith. Kind of fun. Don't need to keep it. I've got Cheerleaders Getting Even by Christopher Pike. Same thing applies there. I've got Great Short Works of Leo Tolstoy by Leo Tolstoy. This is a large book to keep for me. Even though it's a classic, it's like I didn't enjoy it that much, so I don't need to keep a hold of it. That's what it is. It's Tolstoy. Obviously, he's brilliant, but what the fuck, man? I got The Coach Approach School Leadership by Jessica Johnson, Shira Leibowitz, and Kathy Perret. Read it. Pretty boring. I've got some V.C. Andrews. Oh, this is actually the most disturbing V.C. Andrews book I've ever read, and that is Broken Flower by V.C. Andrews. This one, she goes through some stuff, I will say. Yeah, definitely one of the most disturbing books I've ever read. Fun, but I don't need to keep hold of it. We've got Skin and Bones by Sherry Shahan. Not very good young adult eating disorder literature. And then the books I think I've got like 10 here. Amazing. So I've got 3 books that I went from Goodreads, a couple books that I bought off of Thrift Books, a couple books I bought off of Amazon or eBay. So first up, a Goodreads win. I've got I Missed the Rain Down in Africa. No, just I Missed the Rain in Africa by Nancy Daniel Wesson. This is a I believe it is a memoir of a girl who went and she joined the Peace Corps, and she was in Uganda, and she apparently had a very good experience there. I believe this is already out. I'm not sure though. Let me see. It came out this year, so I'm not sure. But either way, I believe it's already out. I don't know for sure. I believe it is also self-published, or at the very least, this is a small press. But yeah, memoir should be vaguely interesting. Then I've got Fatal by Harold Schechter, The Poisonous Life of a Female Serial Killer. Harold Schechter is a very well-renowned true crime author. He wrote a book about Belle Guinness recently. I believe he wrote a book about Jonestown. My current favorite true crime author is Jeff Gwynne, but I haven't yet to read anything by Harold Schechter. I think I own another book by him. Schechter has written a lot more than Gwynne has. This is about Jane Toppin. So she was a private duty nurse, and she was obsessed with autopsies, and she sounds like a fun time. This should be fun. Then, keeping on kind of the true crime route, but also going into fiction here, I got The Hunger by Alma Katsu. This is a horror novel that is based on the tragedy of the Donner Party. So it's like a historical horror novel. The Donner Party, if you're unaware, was a group of settlers who made a bad choice in their route they wanted to take to get to California. Like, they were going on the Oregon Trail, but they decided to take a shortcut that ended up killing a lot of them. And their story is notable because they resorted to cannibalism at one point. The last podcast and the left episodes about what happened are very fun. I would highly recommend them, but my favorite part is in the intro to the podcast, I always have like Jeffrey Dahmer going, "That's when the cannibalism started," and there was just like, in the overview of this one, the main researcher of the group, Marcus Parks, he goes, And that's when the cannibalism started, and it was just cheers from the other two hosts. It was fantastic. But this is one that looks really interesting. I've heard good things about her work. I believe it's, yep, this is a woman. She has written more than just this one, but this is the one that interested me the most. And then also, kind of on the crimey train, I did pick up Little Heaven by Nick Cutter. I have been looking for this book for fucking ever. I keep looking for it whenever I go to Barnes & Noble. Like, I'll always look, okay, let's find Cutter, and I always only find The Troop. And I've read The Troop. I love The Troop. I've got The Troop right here. I've read it. I love it. It's a great book. But I would like to read more Nick Cutter, please. And this one is about a cult. I eventually ended up buying it off of eBay. I found somebody who was selling it off of eBay, and I was just like, fuck it. I just bought it off of there. And I got a couple more thrift books. I picked up Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. When I buy thrift books, I've got this massive wish list, and I just randomly kind of choose which ones to buy. But this one, I don't actually know what this is about, but I've heard that it is fantastic. I've been getting kind of more into Neil Gaiman lately. I read Ocean at the End of the Lane recently. I really enjoyed it, so I've been kind of trying to get into more of his work, at least his adult work, so I did pick up this. Also picked up Zombie by Joyce Carol Oates. This is a fictionalization of, I believe it's kind of Dahmer-esque, kind of in the same way that her My Sister, My Love was based on, roughly, on the John Benet Ramsey murder. This one is kind of roughly based on Jeffrey Dahmer. And so that looked really interesting. It's very short, but it should be very fun. Also, we got to get some R.L. Stein up in this bitch. We got A Ghost of Fear Street, How to Be a Vampire. This is book 13 in the series. Love me some cheesy teen horror, cheesy 90s kids horror. This isn't even teen, this is for children. I don't know what this is about. Oh man. One morning, Andrew woke up undead. We'll just read the back here. First, there were bite marks on his neck. Then he tried to eat garlic. Yikes. And now he's got this weird urge to sleep upside down. Not that Andrew minds turning into a vampire. He'll be able to stay up all night, fly, and scare his sister silly. Cool. But then Andrew meets his vampire teacher, one really scary guy. Andrew isn't ready for a lesson on how to sleep in a coffin or how to drink blood. But does he have a choice? I'm going to guess the answer is a twist at the end. That's my guess. My last thrift book that I picked up was Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. This is an ex-library copy. It's from the King County Library System. I don't know where that is. I'm not sure where it is. I don't know. But it is from that library system. This is a fantasy novel, I believe, or at least urban fantasy. Adam Silvera is known for writing very dramatic, tear-jerking contemporary novels, or at least contemporary with like a little hint of magic in them. But this is, I believe, kind of straight up urban fantasy. So I picked this up, and then I won 2 more books from Goodreads. Both these two actually are very, very interesting. Very, very interested in. First one is Dear Miss Metropolitan by Carolyn Farrell. This comes out in July. This is an arc, very beautiful floppy giant arc. I believe this is, it's like there were 2, yeah, okay, so there were 3 girls, that were like kidnapped or something, and then I don't know, it just looks, I don't know exactly what this is about, but it just looks interesting to me, so I was pretty excited about it. And finally, I've got Edge Case by Ease Chin. I'm sorry, but this, I think this is another one about a woman in technology. Yeah, okay, this woman in technology, her husband leaves her, and she comes home and he's gone, and she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know where he is. And it's just, it looked pretty interesting. I mean, it was free. It was a Goodreads book, but yes. So yeah, I actually have so few books, I can hold them all up at the end. This has never happened to me before. This has never happened to me before. I'm so impressed. So yeah, these are the books that I got. Oops. That is all I have today. I will talk to you tomorrow when I do my Stephen King unboxing, because it's supposed to be here tomorrow. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. It left Fargo today, so it should be here tomorrow. I will be very disappointed if it is not here tomorrow. If it's not here tomorrow, I'll be here on Saturday. But yeah, that's all for today. I'll talk to you later, and goodbye.